You're about to spend 3 months' salary on compressed carbon that's actually more common than rubies. Welcome to the greatest con in modern history. Close your eyes and picture the perfect proposal. Down on one knee, a glittering diamond ring, her tears of joy. That image? It was sold to you. In 1870, massive diamond deposits were discovered in South Africa. Suddenly, diamonds weren't rare anymore. They were everywhere. A British businessman named Cecil Rhodes saw a problem and an opportunity. He bought up the mines, consolidated the supply, and created a company that would control the world's diamond supply for the next century. De Beers. Here's the thing about diamonds. They're just carbon, the fourth most abundant element on Earth compressed underground. They're not rare. They're not even the hardest substance anymore. Lab technology beat nature decades ago. But De Beers had a problem. How do you sell common rocks as luxury items? You create artificial scarcity. De Beers locked away millions of diamonds in vaults. They controlled roughly 85% of the world's supply by the 1980s. They released diamonds slowly, carefully, deliberately, like turning a faucet to a drip when you're sitting on an ocean. Supply down, prices up. Economics 101, weaponized. But controlling supply wasn't enough. They needed to control something else, your mind. In 1938, De Beers faced another crisis. The Great Depression crushed diamond sales. Young couples weren't buying engagement rings, so they hired an advertising agency in New York, N.W. Ayer and Son. The mission? Make diamonds essential to love itself. The agency studied American consumers. They planted stories in newspapers. They loaned diamonds to movie stars for red carpet events. They made diamonds synonymous with Hollywood glamour, romance, and status. Then, in 1947, a copywriter named Francis Garrity wrote 4 words that changed everything. A diamond is forever. Think about that slogan's genius for a moment. It's not just romantic. It's strategic. Forever means you never resell it. Forever means it leaves the market permanently. Forever means no secondary supply competing with De Beers' primary sales. De Beers spent millions embedding this idea into culture. Diamonds weren't just beautiful, they were eternal symbols of commitment. But they still had to answer one question: how big should the diamond be? In the 1980s, De Beers created another rule: 2 months' salary. Later, they increased it to 3 months. 3 months of your income for compressed carbon. No historical precedent, no cultural tradition, just brilliant marketing. And it worked. By the 1990s, roughly 80% of American brides wore diamond engagement rings. In Japan, where diamond engagement rings were virtually unknown before 1960, De Beers launched a similar campaign. Within 30 years, over 70% of Japanese brides received diamond rings. They invented a tradition from nothing. Now let's talk about what diamonds actually cost to produce. Mining and cutting a 1-carat diamond costs roughly a few $100s, depending on quality and location. That same diamond retails for $5,000 to $20,000. The markup is obscene. Try to resell your engagement ring. You'll get maybe 20 to 30% of what you paid. Because the retail price isn't based on rarity or intrinsic value, it's based on perception, marketing, and controlled supply. Diamonds have almost no resale value because they're not actually rare. The illusion only works in one direction: the initial sale. De Beers even convinced entire nations that diamond mining would bring prosperity. In countries like Sierra Leone and Angola, diamond wealth fueled brutal civil wars. Blood diamonds became currency for militias and warlords. De Beers initially denied involvement. Eventually, they supported the Kimberley process, a certification system for conflict-free diamonds. But critics say the system is flawed, poorly enforced, and easy to circumvent with fraudulent paperwork. Meanwhile, the environmental cost is staggering. Moving tons of earth for tiny stones, destroying ecosystems, consuming enormous energy. Then lab-grown diamonds entered the market. Chemically identical to mined diamonds, often higher quality, a fraction of the cost, and far more ethical. De Beers fought back. They launched campaigns suggesting lab diamonds weren't real, weren't romantic, weren't special. The irony? De Beers itself now sells lab-grown diamonds through a subsidiary called Lightbox. They charge just $800 per carat for lab diamonds while maintaining $1,000 per carat prices for mined stones. Same chemical composition, different marketing story, wildly different prices. Today, De Beers' monopoly has weakened. Russian and Canadian mines operate independently. Lab diamonds are gaining acceptance. But the cultural programming runs deep. Couples still feel pressure to buy diamonds, to spend thousands, to prove love through carbon. Here's what nobody tells you when you're shopping for that ring. Diamonds aren't investments. They're rapidly depreciating consumer goods marketed as heirlooms. The eternal stone loses 60 to 70% of its value the moment you leave the store. And the rarity? Complete fiction. There are warehouses filled with diamonds, held back to maintain the illusion of scarcity. De Beers created demand where none existed. They attached emotional value to geological accidents. They turned marketing into reality. It's arguably the most successful advertising campaign in human history. 4 words convinced billions of people across generations and cultures. A diamond is forever. But the truth? The truth is finally coming to light. You don't need a diamond to prove love. You never did. That tradition you think stretches back centuries? It's barely 80 years old, younger than your grandparents. The next time you see that sparkling ring in a jewelry store window, remember what you're really looking at. Not rarity, not eternal value, but the most brilliant luxury scam ever conceived. Because the only thing rarer than diamonds